Hey everybody, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Pastor Randall Brooks. He, like many others, unfortunately, took advantage during the pandemic, during COVID, of those PPP loans. Listen, so many people called me, was like, oh, if you do this and say this and write this, and I'll fill out the application for you, and you can get you a check, and you're never going to have to pay it back. Click, no thank you. No thank you. Whatever I can do via work, okay? Uh, 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 One job, two jobs, three jobs, or four jobs, or my own little side gig, then I'm not going to have it. And that's a point blank in the period. There's not a nickel, dollar, or dime that is worth it to me that I could potentially, at the end of the day, go to jail for said situation. And so PPP was the Paycheck Protection Program, where if you had a legit business that was impacted by the fact that the world was shut down, the government was willing to help you out. But it wasn't an opportunity for you to tell lies. And out of all the people that you would think would tell a lie, you would think maybe perhaps the last person is the man of God, the pastor, the bishop, lying on paperwork like that. I don't think so. And see, the unfortunate part, many people feel like, oh, but all of these celebrities did the same thing and they didn't have to pay millions of dollars back. Well, listen, you can't do like they do. You got to do like you know is best. Okay, because the one that gets caught, shame on you. I can't get caught and say, well, Kanye West did it, Jay-Z did it, Diddy did it, this one did it, and that one did it. They're gonna be like, Miss Diva, sit down right here. We're talking about you right now. We can't talk to you about other people's business. So you don't know what did or did not happen to them. But right now we're going to discuss you and your paperwork and what you did. So let's get into this story. So the pastor who swindled $3.5 million, that's a lot of money. A lot of paper, like they like to say, a lot of cheddar, a lot of money in COVID relief cash to fund his lavish lifestyle, including a new Tesla and a house in Maryland, learns his fate in court. Listen, I don't know what the obsession is with people in the Teslas. I mean, they okay. I'm not so obsessed with them like everyone else, but people, they had to have that Tesla when it came out. So look, it's costing him 8 months behind bars. Was it really worth it, sir? So a pastor who swindled $3.5 million in COVID relief money to fund his lavish lifestyle has been sentenced to 18 months in prison. Randall Brooks, 48, pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering last week after he exploited the pandemic era Paycheck Protection Program, PPP. Brooks was arrested in April 2021 for fraudulently obtaining PPP loans after submitting falsified documents for businesses under his control, the Justice Department said. He secured $3.5 million after inflating employee numbers and payroll expenses on his loan applications. He then used the funds on personal expenses, including a 2018 Tesla Model 3, property in an affluent Maryland town, and lavish spending at restaurants, grocery stores, and other retailers. Brooks, founder and senior pastor at Kingdom Tabernacle of Restoration Church, was ordered to forfeit over $2 million. The Tesla and the real estate he purchased with the fraudulently obtained funds, court records from his sentencing revealed. The fraud was not tied to Brooks' position at the church. Okay, so there he is. I'm sure, listen, I don't know how this thing works, but he had a car dealership and he is the founder of the church. I'm sure he could have got some funds probably legally, but greed, they say American greed is the devil, and that's just greed. $3.5 million so you can get a Tesla, a home that now you don't have none of the above, and you're behind bars. Ridiculous. That's his Tesla that he got. So Brooks admitted using PPP loan proceeds for his personal benefit on payments and purchases that were not permitted under the program, the Department of Justice filing states. In addition to using funds to buy residence, luxury vehicle, and other lavish shopping expenses, Brooks also made cash withdrawals and transfers to other bank accounts under his control. He pleaded guilty to charges of wire fraud and money laundering on August 27th. A judge ordered the pastor to serve 18 months in prison, which is not bad for $3.5 million, followed by 2 years of supervised release, and mandated the forfeiture of several assets. Now, listen, it's really not a lot of time considering Vera. If y'all remember that story, the chicken lady from the school district, she stole $1.5 million in chicken, and they sentenced her to 9 years. So he got $3.5 million in PPP loans, and he only got 18 months and then 2 years of supervision after. You got to make it make sense. Anyway, Brooks applied for the PPP loan under a Maryland-based car dealership that he owns called Cars Direct in May 2020, court documents revealed. He received 1.5 million PPP loan deposited directly into a Cars Direct bank account on which he was the sole signature after submitting fake tax and payroll forms related to the dealership. And they did a whole little a graph there, a little chart, diagram summarizing where he transferred the money, how it went. They followed the money, so to speak. And it all led back to him being fraudulent. Ridiculous. He fraudulently applied for 2 PPP loans for $1.8 million and $200,000. Those funds were deposited into accounts associated with Keenan Tabernacle and Mandaro LLC, both of which he was the sole signature. He then opened up a bank account under the name Payroll by BJN, in which he transferred $500,000 of the loan funds. He also opened up additional bank accounts using the Car Direct name that he transferred loan funds into. Brooks then transferred money from these Car Direct accounts into his own personal accounts and used the funds on credit card bills, at restaurants, retail stores, grocery stores, automotive auctioneers, and mortgage payments on his home. His purchases included a $507,000 $10 property in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, purchased under the name of Randolph Brooks, and a 2018 Tesla Model 3 purchased for $60,000, $407 in his son's name. The vehicle was later registered in Maryland in Brooks' own name. So he was being messy and playing games. Now, I do wonder if he would have brought that property in a business name, would he have still got in trouble? I'm not sure. Under the federal government's PPP loan requirements, funds are to be used on payroll costs, mortgage interest, and rent and utilities. Okay, so I guess the mortgage interest, rent, and utilities the money could have been used for business mortgage interest, rent, and utilities. So again, I wonder if he perhaps purchased the home in the business name where he got around all this legal stuff. Listen, the man was fraudulent, so he deserves to go to jail and pay for his crime, but I'm just wondering. So Brooks also allegedly tried to receive funds through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. He just got greedy. EIJD program, court records state. He was just greedy. He applied for the loans through Car Directs and Keenan's Tabernacle. Both applications were rejected by the Small Business Administration due to unsatisfactory credit history. The website and Facebook pages associated with Keenan Tabernacle were taken down shortly after his arrest, Daily Mail previously revealed. A cached version of the website described Brooks as a man after God's own heart who has a passion for God's people. From an early age, Pastor Brooks knew he had a calling for ministry, the site added. People will receive their deliverance before the altar call because the word of the Lord was so rich in his belly. At a previous church in Maryland, Brooks was the assistant pastor with oversight of the church. Oh my gosh. Oversight of the church finances, according to his biography on the now deleted site. So they said this man had, the Lord was so rich in his belly. Well, it couldn't have been that rich in his belly because he, one of the 10 commandments is, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. And not only did you stole big time, and it was all for your own gain, to buy houses, cars, and clothes, and whatever else you was buying at these grocery stores. What a shame. And this is the example you said, because we know he at least has one son, because of the simple fact that they said initially the Tesla was in his son's name. Shameful, Dreadful. I mean, the stories that come out on some of these pastors and the way that they deceiving the people and stealing from the people. I remember Pastor Bling Bling currently in jail. Maybe all of these pastors that's locked up, if they locked up in the same facility, they could have a church sermon with each other and maybe get their lives together. Maybe each one of them could save the other one's soul. Just messy. American greed. Listen, hopefully he learned the lesson, because now he's going to come out to zilch, zero. And if he starts another church, when he comes out and the people actually go there, listen, they're going to get what they get. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this pastor. In addition to that, let me know, do you think he got enough time? Especially, like I said, when I go back to Vera, who stole the chicken from the school district, and it was worth 1.5 million, and she got 9 years behind bars, and he's only getting 18, and you're talking $3.5 million. Anyway, guys, hit the like button, chat with me, and I'll see you on the next video.